Hi everyone. Hope you all having a great Thursday. I know that we just got out of class a little while ago, but I wanted to go on ahead and send a quick update email for everyone, including those of you who were in class today. Just giving you some reminders of things to keep in mind for next week and to give you a little further feedback about the journal entries that I've returned today. So for next week, the text we're going to be studying is going to be Halloween, the 1978 version, directed by John Carpenter. It is one of the most iconic horror films out there. Again, it is one of the horror films that set a lot of the tropes that you keep in mind as you watch horror films today. It is not a super gory film, at least in comparison to things that are made now. But again, there's a lot of things that are done within it that are very interesting, that do, again, set a lot of the trends and tropes that you see for horror films today. And it does, as odd as it may seem, connect to the theme that we're exploring right now, looking at identity through relationships. So as you're watching it, of course, make sure to take your notes, do your journal entry accordingly, and also keep in mind that you will have a short response that will, an out of class response that will be due next Thursday by 5 o'clock. Make sure to check the Dropbox for the instructions for that. It'll be really simple, very much like the other out of class responses you've completed. And of course, if you have any questions about what is happening for next week, please let me know. Now, I want to talk just for a minute about journals. When I returned them today at class, it was at the very end of class, so I wanted to give you a little more information, a little more insight. So when it comes to the assignments for this class, I do take the journals pretty seriously, and that's one of the reasons why I've been reminding you all consistently to continue to do them, continue to keep up with them, and make sure to give your best insights within the journal entries themselves. Now, overall, you all did a pretty good job. The ideas that you put forth in writing were really solid, and I made notes of some of the really good things that you pointed out. That's one of the things that I will say for this class. You all have some amazing insight and amazing ideas into what these texts are doing and how they might be connected. You're doing actually better work than my class did last fall, and I really do appreciate all the insight that you're providing. As you're looking into your feedback for this particular round of journals, and as you're looking ahead to the next round, a couple of things I want you to keep in mind. One, please make sure that you're following the instructions. Again, every article that you read and every film that you watch will have its own entry. Notes that you'll do for the article and the film, and then there will be a corresponding paragraph with the article, with every article, and with every film that you watch. That was one of the things that tended to be a little problematic for some of you in this first round. Also, keep in mind the formatting I'm asking for. Again, make sure that you're following the formatting for the journals as closely as possible. Again, I know the formatting seems a little bit odd, but one of the things that I'm kind of really encouraging you to do, and in many ways forcing you to do, is to really engage in these texts really carefully and not just take note of what you're seeing within the text, but also your reactions and what you think it might mean. Again, I'm not looking for any right or wrong answer, because just like you interpret any text, there isn't necessarily always a right or wrong answer. But I'm looking for you to engage in a critical way, because again, a lot of the critical work I'm asking you to do with your note taking and your journaling in this class is going to be applicable to other classes that you might even be in now, or that you will definitely take in the future as you get into your major level classes and you're studying different kinds of texts. So keep in mind all the feedback I've given to you, digest it, really keep in mind what I've suggested to you, and if you have any questions, including being able to read my handwriting, I apologize if it's a little sloppy. I tried really hard to use the finest pen possible with the best tip to be able to really write carefully and give you good feedback. But if you have any questions about anything I wrote down, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to review anything with you and answer any questions you have. Now, going along the lines of the journals. One of the things that I was thinking about after I left class today was a way to help you continue to practice this and to possibly make up a little bit of credit for the first round of journals. And I have a way that I want to do it. What I'm going to ask you to do, and again, you don't have to do this, but if you would like to make up some points for the first round of journals, what I would ask for you to do is whatever text you choose for your podcast, so whatever film you choose for your podcast, if you would like to do a journal entry for that film, following the same format that I've asked you to do already, you can do the journal entry for that film and turn that in as an additional entry with the next round of journals that you're turning to the end of the semester. In doing so, I will take that extra entry for the film that you're doing for your podcast. I'll review that entry with the notes and the paragraph, and I'll assess it, and I will award you up to 10 points that can be added to the first round of journals. So again, if you made an 85 on the first round of journals and you do that extra entry, you can earn up to a 95 with up to 10 points bonus for that extra entry. So again, whatever film you choose for your podcast, do the journal entry for it, the notes and the paragraph, turn that in with the other entries you'll turn in at the end of the semester for the second round. I'll assess that extra entry and award up to 10 points for the first round. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Again, as you watch this video, if you have questions about that, please let me know. I'll reiterate this again on Tuesday. Again, I wanted to give you an opportunity to make up some of those points, but also continue to practice this purposeful note-taking and journaling that I'm having you do for the class. Also, it might even be a good exercise as you're thinking about what you want to cover within the podcast to do the journals, that extra journal entry in the way that I've prescribed, because again, that'll force you to really look at the film in a critical way and write down things that'll be really useful to you as you go to actually record the podcast. Okay, that's all I have for you now. Again, if you have any questions throughout the weekend, please let me know. I'll be available via email. And of course, if I don't hear from you until next week, I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday to talk about Michael Myers, Laurie Strode, and all the craziness that will ensue in that film. Take care, folks.